Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. It is Saturday, May 20th. And to follow Lena Rodriguez's mantra, too much news and not enough gossip, here's a gossipy reading. So pull up a chair and let's get catty, shall we? Get the tea and let's spill it. Today's catty reading is going to be the relationship between Melania Trump and Ivanka Trump. Doing a quick search on Google, most of the articles they don't enjoy a chummy relationship, shall we say. The kindest way is it's complicated. The less kind way is they don't like each other. Melania's former best friend wrote a book, basically detailing out some of the issues that exist between Ivanka and Melania. So, okay. Again, for entertainment purposes only. If you're a huge MAGA fan and you don't want to find out the cattiness between Melania Trump and Ivanka Trump and you want to think that it's all hunky-dory between them, that's on you. You don't have to watch this. There's 12 packs of Budweiser that need to be shot. Because there's squabbling. Already, they're telling me about the squabbling between the two of them. It's always a shit show. Okay, but for those of you who are interested, let's go ahead and find out what's going on with Ivanka and Melania. Starting with Melania, I was about to say age before beauty, but okay. Starting with age. Melania, what do you think of Ivanka? For entertainment purposes only. Okay. You think she's the type of person who goes forward trying to take your message. Now, one of the stories I read was about Ivanka poaching first lady tasks. So she looks at her as somebody who is born with money in her lap, and she's always gone forward with money, but she's always had that advantage. The King of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Page of Wands. Okay, so again, she feels that Melania feels that Ivanka is the type of person that kind of goes forward with her message and her opinions, but she's an absolute nightmare to deal with. She's just Melania has a hard time going forward and dealing with this person. Actually, maybe this is Melania thinking, I always try to come up, this is more it is. Melania comes up with peace offerings, trying to, get along with her because her relationship with her is absolutely a nightmare. And she always feels like she has to be the mature person in the room and come up with new ideas and new ways to try and mend fences with Ivanka. And she works very hard at it. I think this is also Melania, again, reading one of the stories was they both were models, but Melania actually had to work at her career as a model, whereas Ivanka had the Trump last name and daddy's money, so that kind of catapulted her along. So I think Melania views herself as somebody who's worked for a living and that Ivanka has not. And that basically she's tried to come forward with offerings of peace to Ivanka and they fall flat and Ivanka just makes Melania's life a nightmare. Okay. What does Ivanka think of Melania? And Spirit, this is for entertainment purposes only, and tea spilling fun. So you can keep it light. Okay. What does Ivanka think of Melania? She's a nightmare. Talk about two people that see things the same. Some personalities don't mix, Trapped. She's stuck with this person. She's first in line for all of daddy's money. And, oh God. Okay. So what she thinks, Melania is just a nightmare to deal with and just wants Melania to go away. Just go away. Why? Because money. Because, Melania is married to Donald Trump, which means she's married into the family heritage plus the family money. There's an NDA in there and a prenup and all that stuff. But I think Ivanka looks at Melania as an intruder that came in trying to take the family money away from them. And, Ivanka can't do much. She's stuck with Melania because Melania is her stepmom and she doesn't have much say on what she can do about it. And she's worried that, when Melania gets her portion of the inheritance upon Donald's passing or something along those lines, there may not be enough for her and her brothers, depending on how things are set up. But for Ivanka, it appears to be all about money. That's why she doesn't like her. How's this relationship going to work out? How is this relationship going to work out? Or maybe more to the point, what's the current situation of their relationship? I'll do a bigger spread on this one, this 6 card. Right, what's their current situation? And then we'll do an outcome. What's their current situation between Melania Trump and Ivanka Trump? No, it's not Ivanka Kushner, huh? Ivanka Trump. Melania Ivanka. What's the current status of their relationship? They basically are leaving each other alone. They've walked away from it. Imagine not being in the White House together has made things easier. They both live their own lives, crossed with they each have what they want. By not having to deal with each other, they're both really happy with that situation. In the past, they were at a crossroads. They kind of had to deal with each other because they were locked in the White House together. And, Melania is married to Ivanka's dad. So they're kind of stuck. They had to deal with it. Current situation. Star card. Again, I think this is... what is the star telling me? It's about attention grabbing. It's about trying to be the apple in daddy's eye, so to speak. I think Melania doesn't have quite the in that Ivanka has, but I think each one of them in their own world is a star, and they try to outshine the other star. So they both think, they're the most, here you go. They both think they're the most important person in their world and more important than that other person. And they don't, they could have gotten along with the water pouring into it, or they could not integrate, which is the water pouring on the ground. And they've chosen the water pouring on the ground. They're individual stars. They're not a united front. Overarching energy is the Magician. It's the illusion of power, the illusion of their relationship. They have to put on airs. They have to put on a front for people. They're just two different people, and they don't get along. All these karmic cards, all these major arcana. Lesson to be learned is the Wheel of Fortune. Their paths were destined to be crossed with each other. I'm assuming that they're probably the same sort of spiritual family group, and that they've been rivals this whole time, and they were rivals in this lifetime too. They had an opportunity to work together, and well, they couldn't do it. That's just not who they were. Outcome, here's the Page of Pentacles again. They go their own separate ways, chasing money. Going their own separate ways, chasing money, and not big money either, small money. I think they both come out of this poor for it. And underneath it all, it's not victory, it's attention. They both want the attention. They both want the laurels of victory. But there are no winners in this. There's only losers. Okay, so Spirit, that's the general situation right now. How does this resolve itself? We'll do a 4-carder on how it resolves itself and put this non-newsworthy reading to rest, to bed. Okay, how does it end up working out for Ivanka and for Melania? How does this end up working out for them? Entertainment purposes only. Yikes. How does this end up working out for them? Okay, here we go. They both get some money. How does it work out? There's an evaluation. Wedding card. Walking away again. And King of Swords. Okay. And the Hermit underneath. Okay. How does this work out? In the end, they both get paid. They both get their money. They get their inheritances. Neither one of them wins. They both get what they've got coming to them. They're gonna, if Donald were to pass, they're gone. They're not going to deal with each other. They're just going to walk away from the situation. The Four of Wands is, this was the opportunity to bring themselves together as a family, and instead it's the low energy, don't let the door hit you on the butt on the way out. And there's just no love lost. They both are absolutely critical of each other. And, in the end, they'll go their separate paths. They're going their separate ways. Okay. No surprises there. They don't like each other. They don't really have much in common, and there's nothing holding these people together in this lifetime. They cross each other's paths. They were supposed to, and away they go on their own journeys after it's all said and done. Okay, so maybe not as much tea spilling as I was hoping, but Spirit does that with me. I try and get all snarky and try and get a real controversial, snarky reading, and instead it just gives me a straight up reading. So, in case you were curious, Melania, Ivanka didn't grow up the same way, don't see eye to eye, no real connection. They'll go their separate ways, and they'll both have comfortable lives, apparently, financially speaking, when it's all said and done. Okay, hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good weekend.